Hello students, today we are going to be learning about fruits and vegetables and how they are grown and where they are grown. I know a lot of you know a lot about fruits and vegetables and maybe you've eaten them in the past, hopefully you have, and some of you may not know about some other ones. So today we're going to learn about multiple of them to see whether you know them or if you don't know them. Some might be new and some might be old. First, I have posted up on the board lots of fruits and vegetables, and I will ask you guys how they are grown and how you think they're grown, and then we will go over if you are right or if you are incorrect, and if you are, we will discuss what the correct answer is. First, we'll start with this. What does this look like? Spinach, yeah, that's spinach. And how do we think spinach is grown? Yeah, spinach is grown as a plant on its own, straight out of the ground. That's spinach. Have any of you ever had spinach before? Maybe you've had it in a salad, or in a smoothie, or something else. Okay, next, what does this look like it is? Yeah, that's squash. And how do we think squash is grown? Squash is grown on a vine out of the ground. Squash is grown on a long vine that you might see through fence posts, or in a garden, or maybe even in your backyard. Have any of you eaten squash before? Maybe in a Thanksgiving meal, or like sweet potatoes. That's squash. There's lots of different ways to eat squash. Okay, moving on. What does this look like it is? A pear. Yeah, that's correct. Does anybody know how a pear is grown? Yeah, that's right. A pear is grown on a tree. A pear tree. Maybe you've seen them at the park, or in your front yard, or in a garden as well. Any of you guys eat pears? Yeah, my mom made me eat pears when I was younger too. Moving on, what does this look like it is? Correct, that is a banana. Does anybody know what a banana is grown on? A tree? No, not a tree. It looks like a tree, but it's actually considered a plant, even though it does look like a tree. Does anybody ever eat bananas or use them to make something? Oh yeah, rotten bananas are good for making banana bread. Does anybody know what this image is? Yeah, that is an apple. Does anybody know how an apple is grown? Correct, an apple is grown on a tree. Apple trees are very popular. Sometimes you see them everywhere. Anybody eat apples? Or eat anything with apples in it? Apple pie, yeah, that's a good one. Apple juice, smoothies, all very popular. Moving on, what does this image look like? That's a peach. That is correct. Does anybody know how a peach is grown? Yes, a peach is also grown on a tree. Just like apples, peaches grow on trees. Peach trees are also very popular. They do grow better in warmer climate though. Does anybody eat foods with peaches in them, or use peaches to make things in their regular daily lives? Peach cobbler, that's a popular pie. Okay, moving on. Does anybody know what this image is? An orange, correct. That is an orange. Now, does anybody know how an orange is grown? Yes, just like the apple and the peach, an orange is grown on a tree. Orange trees are even more popular. We used to have one down the street when I was younger. Does anybody eat oranges or use oranges for things now in their daily lives? Orange juice, yes. That's a popular one. And does anybody know what this image is? Yep, this is lettuce. Does anybody know how lettuce is grown? Lettuce is grown all on its own, as its own thing, just like spinach. Looks like this. We use lettuce on and in all kinds of things. You may use lettuce in a salad, or on a bowl, or in a burrito, or a taco. Lettuce is used in many ways. Does anybody know what this image is? That's a lemon, correct. Does anybody know how a lemon is grown? Just like the apple, the peach, and the orange, a lemon is also grown on a tree. Anybody use lemons for anything? A lemonade stand. Yeah, those are popular for that. I did that when I was a kid. Now, this one might be tricky, but does anybody know what this is? That's jicama. Does anybody know how jicama is grown? Jicama is a root vegetable. So in this picture, the plant grows above it, and the jicama is actually in the roots below ground. Does anybody ever had jicama, or parents use jicama for anything? Maybe you've eaten it in a salad, or even just on its own with some ranch. Moving on, does anybody know what this image is? Those are grapes. Does anybody know how grapes grow and what they grow on? Yes, that's correct. Grapes grow on a vine. When you buy grapes at the store, they're actually still on the vine. Does anybody eat grapes or use grapes for anything? Yep, raisins are dried grapes. Grape juice. Moving on. Does anybody know what this is? Yeah, that's cauliflower. Does anybody know how cauliflower is grown? Cauliflower is grown above ground in rows, just like this. Does anybody use or eat cauliflower for anything? Cauliflower pizza crust, yeah, that's a popular one. Cauliflower with ranch, I eat that too. Does anybody know what this is? This is cabbage. Does anybody know how cabbage is grown? Cabbage is grown above ground in rows as well, kind of like lettuce and spinach. Cabbage, if any of you eat cabbage, maybe in a roast or cooked, sometimes raw, more popular cooked though. Yeah, me too. And last one, does anybody know what this is? Those are blackberries. Does anybody know how blackberries are grown? Blackberries are grown on a bush. Lots of the West Coast states have blackberry bushes. You can pick them off and eat them right away, actually. Does anybody use blackberries for anything or eat anything with blackberries in it? Blackberry pie? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay, now that we have all of these on the board, I'm going to hand you all some cards. One deck of cards will be the fruits and vegetables that we put up on the board, and the other cards will be how they are grown and where they are grown. So you will split off into groups of 3, and I will pass out these cards, and you guys will work together to match. Do your best to match exact which fruit and vegetable are grown in which way. And I will leave this all up here so that you can use the board to refer to if you need any help. Okay, we have about 1 minute left. Okay, now that you all have done your best, I'll come around and look at what you guys have, and then collect all of the cards. Okay, now class, I have put together a graphic organizer for you guys. This graphic organizer on one side will have all of the vegetables and fruits that we just learned about, and on the other side, you will glue in a picture of where and how it's grown. You'll do your best to match each one to its vegetable or to its fruit, whichever one it may be, and then turn them in when you guys are done. Take your time with this and do the best you can. Again, I'll leave everything up on the board for you to refer to. Take your time and do your best. I'll pass these up. Good job. Does anybody have any questions? Everybody doing okay? You guys, about 1 more minute. Oh, you need some more glue? Here you go. Here's some more glue. Alright, get your last things glued. Get the board one last time, see what you got. Alright, now I will come around and collect all of your papers. Okay, now that I have all your papers, I will grade them and get them back to you as soon as they are done being graded. Good job today, class. I hope you all learned lots about fruits and vegetables and how and where they are grown. Thank you for participating and giving your best efforts today. I hope you all take away from this lesson today. Thank you.